Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I am going to be creating a Zoella inspired makeup look. I really like how Zoella creates a really nice sort of nudie, natural makeup look that she wears pretty much daily. A lot of her images on her Instagram feature her with just a simple black mascara, sort of nudie, browny eyes and a really nice sort of pinky nudie sort of beige lip. So that's what I'm going to be creating today. I'm going to be taking you through a step-by-step tutorial. As you can see, I've already got my base makeup on. I've kept it really clean and simple, so I've just got foundation, powder and a concealer on. I know Zoella doesn't really go heavy with foundation, but I've done my base, sort of the coverage that I really like. If you want to know how I've achieved this, then I'll pop a link below to one of my previous videos and you can watch how I create that there. I'm going to start by doing my contour. Now Zoella doesn't really contour, so I'm not going to go very heavy at all. So I'm just going to start by applying a little bit of a dark brown shade just to give my cheeks a bit of depth. I'm going to be using the Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and I'm going to be using the brown shade in the center, and I'll also be using the Kat Von D contour brush as well that comes with it. So I'm literally just going to dab a tiny bit of the colour on and very, very lightly apply to my cheekbone. As you can see, you've just got a nice little bit of colour, and that's all I'm going to do, just because Zoella doesn't go very heavy. It's just nice to have a bit of depth to your cheeks, which I do notice she's got a very, very light bronze colour on her cheekbones, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lighter colour in the middle at the top. Kind of running low on this, so I need to get another palette. And I'm just going to brush that over the top of my cheekbones, just again to highlight. But it's a nice highlight because it's very matte and it's not shimmery, and I do notice that Zoella doesn't really have much of a shimmer to her cheekbones. So that is all I'm going to do for the contour. Now I'm going to move on to my eyes. I'm going to be taking the Ciate and Chloe Morello palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Skinny Dip. So I'm going to be applying that on my lid and sort of brushing it very gently upwards towards my eyebrow to create the eye makeup look that Zoella has. The brush I'm going to be using is the A63 from Bobbi Brown. It actually comes in a palette and I absolutely love it. The brush is really, really soft and it's really great for blending. So I'm going to take some of the Skinny Dip colour now. And I'm just going to lightly pat on my lid to begin with. Slowly building up the colour. And then I'm just going to blend upwards. Like so. Now I always like to get my beauty sponge and just dab over what I've done, just to lighten the edges, like so. Good little tip if you feel like you've gone a bit heavy when you've blended it upwards. Cool. So now I'm going to do the same to my other lid. Again, just apply the colour lightly to your lid and then I'll start blending it upwards and outwards to the crease. Excuse the snoring in the background, it's Luna, she's asleep. She's quite loud actually. Okay, and then I'm going to take the beauty sponge and just lightly dab over the crease just to take off the edge and blend a bit more, like so. To finish off my eye makeup, I'm going to be taking Ciate's Wonderland Mascara in Black Magic. I really like this because you get a really heavy sort of look with the mascara. It's very dramatic, and I know ZOELLA, she applies mascara on her top and bottom lashes and it's quite noticeable. It's very statement, so that's what I'm going to be using this mascara, because as you can see, as soon as you apply it, it's very dramatic and it applies really well, and you don't need to keep going over your mascara. You can kind of give a few little flicks and it's pretty much done. Okay, and then I'll just apply to my bottom lashes. Like so. And there you go. Next up is the brows. So ZOELLA squares her brows off. Obviously with her hair colour, she goes for more of a browny, reddy powder or pomade for her eyebrows. I'm going to be taking Eylaw's brow pomade in dark brown because obviously, as you can see, I've got very dark hair. I'm also going to be taking an angled brush from Spectrum, and it is, oh, it doesn't have a number on it, but as you can see, it's got a nice angle on it. Whenever I do my brows, I always start from the arch, work my way out, and then I kind of blend and focus on the inner part of my brow. Obviously I'm going to try and square them off, but I'll square them off very lightly. So yeah, so let's start my eyebrows. I try and press very gently with the brush to begin with, just because I don't want to go in too heavy, and then very lightly I'll start to square them off. My hairs grow outwards, so I can never get that really nice sort of brush effect where you flick up, because it just doesn't work. So I tend to just lightly create brush strokes flicking outwards, and that just works for my eyebrows. And then I like to get my beauty blender and just very lightly go over and square off the beginning of my brow. Like so. So I'll do the other one. Exactly the same. Start at the arch, work my way out to the end of my brow, and then start to very lightly create the shape at the start of my brow. So now I'm just creating very light brush marks to make it look like hair at the start of my out. And then in with the blender. Like so. Okay, so now the brows are done, I'm going to move on to my lips. For this, I'm going to be taking Rimmel London's The Only One matte lipstick in shade 700 Trendsetter. So this shade is sort of a really nice pinky beigey nude colour, which Zoella seems to really love wearing on her Instagram pictures. So I'm literally going to apply this on my lips. It smells amazing as well. And I really like the roundness to the lipstick as it really helps applying it. So don't worry if you go over the edges, because I'm going to work in with a lip liner afterwards. So now the lipstick's on, I'm going to be taking Huda Beauty's Lip Contour Liner in Bombshell. And I'm literally going to be going around my lips. This is just to emphasise them. And add a nice contour. Like so. So that is it for my Zoella inspired makeup tutorial. Hope you really enjoyed the step-by-steps. I thought it would be easier kind of filming it that way, because then I get to talk about her makeup look and what sort of shades and products she might use. So yeah, so thank you all for watching, and if you really like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Peace out.